Hey everybody, welcome to math class. Today's lesson is about expressions. So what we're going to do here is we're going to read through the directions first together, and then I'll be solving some of the problems here in this video. And the rest of the problems, just like we do at school, you're going to be responsible for trying them out. I know you can do it. And yeah, that's the goal for today. So we're starting a new chapter. We're learning about expressions because we're going to slowly start going into algebra. So we're learning about number expressions, word expressions, how to turn sentences into numerical problems, as well as vice versa. So let's go ahead and read the definition here first. An expression is a mathematical phrase made up of numbers, operation signs, so those are our plus signs, subtraction signs, multiplication signs, etc., and sometimes variables. A variable is a letter used to represent an unknown value. An expression can be written by interpreting a word phrase. For example, 2 added to 30 is 30 plus 2, because we know add means to plus. A number divided by 3. We don't know the number, so they're using the variable n divided by 3. Some of you might be thinking, can we use any letters? And the answer is technically yes. However, just for this practice, I want you to use n just so we are consistent with the answers. And that way it'll be easier for us to, just solve the problems quickly. So an algebraic expression always uses a variable, and when the operation is multiplication, an algebraic expression is written using a coefficient number before the variable. So basically what it's saying is, for example, if you have 3n, it looks like there's no mathematical operation here. But if you see a number next to a letter, that means to multiply. So 3n actually means 3 times n. Same with 15n. Sorry. That's right. 15 times n. Just got to remember that. And in this right here, the 3 is the coefficient. And right here, the coefficient is 15. Expressions can be also evaluated by substituting a value for the variable. Calculate to find a numerical value for the expression. So let's look at this word problem here. HomeZone offers a discount to customers who purchase 4 or more gallons of paint. Mr. Lehman purchased 4 gallons of paint for his music studio. Write an algebraic expression to show the cost of paint for Mr. Lemon. Find the cost if the discounted price is $13 for each gallon. So, algebraic expression means it's a math expression that uses both numbers and letters. So we know that each gallon costs $13. How do we find out what expression do we need to use in order to find out how much he paid altogether for 4 gallons of paint? Well, we can do 4g, g for gallon, which is basically the same thing as 4 times g, remember? Now, if it says substitute, we know that the cost of each gallon is $13, so we're going to basically change the g, can't talk today, into 13, 4 times 13, which is $52. All right, let's do a couple as an example. Exercises. Complete the word phrase for the expression. So we're going to do word phrases. Number 1, 15 plus 32 is 15 added to 32. I really can't talk today. Number 3, 6c. So just like we talked about, if you see a number next to a letter, that is multiplication, correct? So 6 times c. All right, let's move on to the next section. So again, I want you guys to try this one on your own. And during our Zoom sessions, we can kind of talk about it. Write the numerical expression for the word phrase. So this time we're writing the numerical expression, so the math equation. All right, let's start 5. 52 less than 96. That means we had That means we had 96, for example, let's say we had 96 marbles, but we're taking away 52. So it's 96 minus 52, not 52 minus 96, because we're taking 52 away from 96. So again, for this, you do not have to find the answer necessarily. We're just trying to practice writing expressions. Number 3, product. If you remember this word, product is multiplication. So product of 4 and 6. Product is the answer you get when you multiply two numbers. Therefore, the expression would be 4 times 6. Let's try 11, quotient. So quotient is the answer you get when you divide two numbers, remember? So 32 divided by 4. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and try some of the next problems in this page. Okay, write the algebraic expression for the word phrase. So this time we have algebraic expression. So in that case, we need to make an expression using both letters and numbers. So number 13, a number divided by 7. So we don't know what the number is. They don't tell us what the number is. So we're going to use n divided by 7. Great. Let's try 18. Similar, 1.5 less than n. So that means we have n. So for example, we have a bag of marbles. We don't know how many bags, and we're going to take away 1.5 bags. So that would be n minus 1.5. 19 looks a little tricky. Let's try that one. N divided by 8 decreased by 4. So when n divided by 8, that's the easy part because it tells us right away. But what does decrease mean? Decrease means to subtract. 21, we see the sum of 6 and a number divided by 3. If you remember, sum means to add. So that would be 6 plus a number, n, divided by 3. The next section, we're going to be using this virtual whiteboard here. So write the algebraic expression again. Identify what the variable represents in the expression. So for example, number 23. The pet shop sold 3 of the parakeets. So parakeets are birds. We don't know how many parakeets they have, but we do know that they sold 3 of them. That means they're going to have 3 less parakeets. So we can do P for parakeets minus how many did they sell? 3. Okay, but then what does the variable represent? What does P stand for? Stands for? It's hard to write on this. The P stands for parakeets. All right, let's try 27. The apples were divided into 8 bags, but how many apples do we have? They don't tell us. So we're just gonna have to use a variable, A for apple, divided into how many bags? 8. And what does A stand for? It stands for apples. Okay. So guys, the next section where it says evaluate the expression, we've actually done a few of these in previous chapters. You're just going to be substituting the x for 3. So for example, for 29, we have 2x minus 5. We're substituting this x with 3. So we're going to be doing 2, 3 minus 5. If you see two numbers next to each other with these parentheses, just like this, that means to multiply. If you remember, 2 times 3 is 6, minus 5, the answer is 1. Let's do one more. So this is 31. It might look a little confusing because we have an x here and it looks like a multiplication point. This is multiplication sign, sorry. So this is actually why a lot of worksheets prefer using n because x looks exactly like multiplication, so it could be confusing. So x plus 7 times 3. We're going to substitute x with 3. So it's actually 3 plus 7 times 3. And if you remember from our order of operations, we always multiply before we add. So 7 times 3 is 21. 3 plus 21 is 24. And that is our answer. Great job. Okay, so go ahead and answer the rest of the questions on these worksheets, on these textbook pages, and in our Zoom sessions, if you have any questions, we'll definitely go over them. But thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in our next class. Bye.